This is about your sister. God is warning about your sister. Her hidden action are about to uncovered. Don't take it normally, open it quickly. Archangel Michael says your spirit stands at the threshold of revelation and the wind already carries whispers of what soon appears. Your heart senses movement in the shadows and your breath tightens because you know truth approaches like dawn. You are not forsaken because light has decided to speak in a voice you can finally hear. The message arrives with heat and calm at the same time, and it does not fracture your peace. It sharpens your discernment like a blade drawn across silk, and it prepares you for careful steps. You are guided to walk steadily and not rashly. The warning concerns your sister and the threads she hid within ordinary days. The patterns looked harmless in passing and the timing seemed casual. The design was never casual because intention sat beneath it like an anchor. Signs already appeared in small mismatched moments that refused to fit. A misplaced story carried different edges depending on who listened. A promise was made too quickly and followed by a silence that felt manufactured. Your spirit noticed the faint tremor when her name arrived on your phone at unusual hours. Your intuition noted the new secrecy around mundane errands. Your memory recorded how she redirected conversations when certain topics came near. You are not called to hatred and you are not called to fear. You are called to clarity that refuses to be distorted. You are called to mercy that stays alert. Truth does not chain your family and truth does not poison your home. Truth cleans the air so your lungs can breathe again. Truth pulls the rug from deceit and still leaves a floor for reconciliation. There is movement around resources and the gate to your boundaries. There is a reach that is subtle but persistent. There is a plan that counts on your kindness to look away. Your heart already felt the slight imbalance when favors multiplied without balance. Your calendar began bending around someone else's convenience. Your generosity was treated like a river with no banks. You are not asked to accuse because accusation is a blunt instrument that breaks trust. You are asked to inquire with dignity and document with quiet wisdom. You are asked to steady your voice and anchor your decisions. There is a drawer of small papers and a folder of digital traces that won daylight. There are entries that repeat with unusual rhythm. There are names that appear in places they do not belong. Light wants you to confirm, not to assume. Light wants you to verify, not to imagine. Light wants you to protect, not to punish. The warning carries compassion for your sister because every hidden action grows out of a hidden wound. The wound does not excuse harm because harm still harms. The wound explains the curve in the path so you can navigate it safely. Prepare simple guardrails that respect everyone involved. Change a password that has lingered unprotected. Move a key from the obvious place to the necessary place. Sequence of firmness is obvious in the same sentence. Name the boundary without drama and without apology. Ask for alignment and record the agreement. Your spirit receives the green light to pause when something feels off. Your spirit receives the red light to stop a transaction that does not sit right. Your spirit receives the gold light to gather counsel before acting. The message says the unveiling arrives like rain on warm ground. The smell rises before the drops become visible. The proof appears before the confrontation is necessary. A conversation may show two different versions of the same memory. A receipt may carry a date that bends the story. A file may bear a name that was not meant to be seen. You will not be shaken beyond your measure. You will not be dragged into chaos you did not design. You will not be forced to choose between peace and truth because real peace stands beside real truth. Your compassion remains intact and your clarity remains non-negotiable. Your love remains open and your doors remain secure. Your yes becomes sacred and your no becomes holy. There is counsel for the practical day. Keep your accounts in your own hands. Keep your signatures where your eyes can see them. Choose one trusted notebook for evidence so your mind does not carry the load alone. Write dates with calm handwriting. Keep timelines short and precise. If a story shifts twice in one day, your spirit has permission to pause. If an urgency demands instant consent, your spirit has permission to delay. If a favor arrives wrapped in secrecy, your spirit has permission to say not now. You are not the judge who condemns because that seat was never yours. You are the steward who protects and repairs. You are the keeper of a porch light that stays on while you lock the door. The message does not deny love because love is still the strongest force in your house. Love is not gullible and love is not naive. Love tells the truth and love keeps the house safe. There is a rhythm for addressing what comes to light. First you breathe until your chest stops rushing. Then you gather what is certain and only what is certain. Next you prepare words that are clear and short. You avoid long speeches because long speeches leak power. You choose sentences that stand up by themselves. You will speak once and then you will listen. You will not argue with spirals. You will not chase someone running from their own shadow. Gentleness will be your arbor because gentleness does not drop its guard. Firmness will be your boundary because firmness does not raise its voice. Silence will be your tool because silence invites truth to fill the space. What is hidden will show its own face when the room grows quiet. What is disguised will reveal a corner seam you can hold. What is borrowed will ask to be returned. Your patience will feel like strength instead of delay. Your steadiness will feel like power instead of distance. Your calm will feel like wisdom instead of coldness. You are not required to solve a lifetime in a single afternoon. You are not required to carry another person's consequences on your back. You are not required to prove your love by ignoring your discernment. Prepare safe pathways for every outcome. If the truth is small, you will forgive with eyes open. If the truth is large, you will restructure with grace. A small truth may ask for an apology and a reset. A medium truth may ask for a season of distance and accountability. A large truth may ask for doors that close with kindness and locks that click without hate. Your home will not become a courtroom. Your table will not become a battleground. Your pillow will not become a ledger of worries. You will surround yourself with voices that honor both courage and care. You will choose one elder heart or one professional guide who knows boundary work. You will keep secrets that are yours and release secrets that are not. The message says your peace is legal tender in heaven. Your clarity is a contact signed by light. Your safety is a promise with your name on it. You will notice 3 steady markers as truth approaches. The first is repetition because patterns repeat until they are seen. The second is interruption because plans fail when they are built on sand. The third is alignment because what is honest lines up across different rooms. You will watch how facts stand on their own feet. You will watch how excuses need crutches. Your sister's hidden actions do not make her your enemy. They make her a person in process who reached for the wrong solution. They make her a soul who needs light more than secrecy. You will not fix control with more control. You will not fix silence with more silence. You will not fix fear with more fear. You will fix control with consent and clarity. You will fix silence with truthful words. You will fix fear with steady boundaries. You are allowed to grieve the gap between who you hoped you would be and who she is right now. You are allowed to feel sadness without drowning in it. You are allowed to feel anger without handing it the microphone. Grief will not rule you because it will move through you and not live inside you. Anger will not burn you because you will hold water in your hands. Disappointment will not name you because your name is already written in light. There is a memory from childhood that surfaces here. It reminds you of the day you learned to share your toy and still keep your safety. It reminds you that kindness can hold shape. Carry that memory the way you carry a talisman of hope. Carry it into your next conversation. Carry it into your next decision. The message instructs you to protect your moorings because moorings set your tone. Begin each day with a simple list of 3 things you can control. End each night with 3 short gratitudes that stretch your lungs. Your body matters while truth is unfolding. Drink more water than you think you need because clarity travels better in a hydrated soul. Sleep an extra hour when you can because fatigue makes shadows look taller. Eat something warm that grounds you to the present moment. Walk outside and let your eyes touch distant horizons. Sit near a window and let sunlight choose your face. Your words will be selective in this season. Speak for understanding, not for victory. Stood for repair, not for revenge. Let your sister know that love remains and boundaries remain. Let her know that trust can rebuild but only with bricks of honesty. Let her know that you believe in her future while you protect your present. You will create a short written agreement if money or property stands involved. You will include dates, amounts, and expectations. You will include consequences that are clear and kind. Your heart does not have to carry this alone. Invite one trustworthy friend who values confidentiality. Invite one prayerful soul who values wisdom. When the unveiling happens, you will feel the air change. It will feel like a window opening in a room you forgot was stuffy. It will feel like a cloud shifting away from a hill. Do not celebrate another person's exposure because triumph would sour the healing. Do not humiliate because humiliation hardens the ground. Do not belittle because belittling shrinks both people. Choose dignity at every turn because dignity builds futures. Choose steadiness because steadiness builds roads. Choose truth because truth builds homes. You can anticipate a second wave after the first reveal. The second wave tests whether your boundary is real or temporary. The second wave asks if you meant what you said. Stand in the same place with the same voice. Repeat the same calm sentence. Follow the same clear steps. Your future self will thank you for not collapsing. Your future home will thank you for not exploding. Your future peace will thank you for not abandoning yourself. There is a moment of tenderness available even in correction. Offer a path for repair that is specific. Offer checkpoints that are measurable. Repair is not a speech because repair is behavior repeated until it becomes normal. Repair is not a promise because repair is proof. Repair is not a plea because repair is practice. You will know repair is real when stories match across days. You will know repair is real when actions arrive before explanations. You will know repair is real when you stop guarding every corner of the room. If repair does not arrive, you will not collapse under guilt. If repair delays, you will not delay your protections. If repair refuses, you will not refuse your own well-being. This message moves with urgency but not panic. It moves with gravity but not despair. It moves with hope that does not look away. You are entrusted with a sacred balance between mercy and order. You are entrusted with a sacred assignment to steward the atmosphere of your life. You are entrusted with a sacred courage to let truth be truth. Bless your sister in your heart while you hold the line at your door. Bless your family name while you tell the truth inside your house. Bless your own path while you refuse to carry what is not yours. A gentle script will help when the time arrives. You can say, I value us and I also value the safety of my home. You can say, I won't repair and I will only walk in the light. You can say, these are the steps and these are the timelines. You can say, this resource is no longer shared until trust is rebuilt. You can say, I love you and I am keeping my boundary. After the reveal, take a day to rest your nervous system. Do not explain your choices to people who are not stakeholders. Do not crowd your mind with imagined verdicts. Light will affirm you in small confirmations over the next days. A stray comment will align with what you discovered. A coincidence will show you that you were guided and not guessing. Let your gratitude stay soft and quiet. Let your plans stay simple. Let your future reassemble at a humane pace. You will feel the river of your life flow straighter. You will feel your sleep deepen without force. You will feel your laughter return at the edges first and then at the center. The message says your story is not about scandal because your story is about alignment. Your path is not about exposure because your path is about integrity. Your house is not about drama because your house is about peace. Hold this instruction like a lantern for nights and a shade for days. Hold it like a compass in crowds and a pillow in silence. Hold it like a promise that keeps keeping its promise. When the moment arrives, remember that steady love is stronger than loud suspicion. Remember that clear lines are kinder than foggy smiles. Remember that truth without cruelty is possible. You will hear the soft click of a new chapter. You will watch doors open that were stuck. You will walk forward with respect for yourself and compassion for everyone involved. Your sister may stand in the same light with you or she may choose the edge for a while. Either way you will peep your center. Either way you will peep your peace. There will be room for apology and there will be room for growth. There will be room for space and there will be room for return. There will be room for blessings that do not depend on pretending. The unveiling does not end your bond because the unveiling invites your bond to grow honest. Honesty does not bruise when carrying gently. Honesty does not scare when delivered with care. This is how you honor the warning without harming your heart. This is how you honor your sister without surrendering your safety. This is how you honor light without abandoning love. You will not rush the process and you will not stall the process. You will not dramatize the moment and you will not minimize the moment. You will do the simple next right thing. The next right thing may be a call. The next right thing may be a pause. The next right thing may be a lockbox. Your courage arrives in quiet clones. Your wisdom arrives with steady shoes. Your future arrives with a key that fits. Trust that what must be seen will be seen. Trust that what must be healed will be healed. Trust that what must be released will be released. You are covered and you are guided. You are protected and you are empowered. You are love and you are led. Walk forward now with a gentle face and a firm spine. Keep your papers in order and your doors in peace. Let the truth come and find you ready. The path ahead includes small celebrations you can safely keep. Celebrate the moment you chose clarity without cruelty. Celebrate the moment you felt fear and still did the wise thing. Celebrate the moment you loved without losing yourself. Celebrate the moment your home felt like a home again. Celebrate the moment your prayer sounded like gratitude more than alarm. Hold your head high in humility because humility stands tall without noise. Hold your heart open with discernment because discernment keeps the edges smooth. Hold your hope near because hope feeds the next step. Light has already gone ahead of you to prepare the meeting. Light has already arranged the timing so that truth lands softly. Light has already gathered the support you will need. When tears come, let them wash and not drown. When words come, let them build and not break. When silence comes, let it settle like dew on grass. You are a keeper of thresholds and a student of peace. You are a guardian of doors and a servant of love. You are a witness to truth and a friend of mercy. Stand where you stand and the ground will steady beneath you. Speak what you must and the air will clear round you. Choose what is right and the road will open before you. This is the message and this is the blessing wrapped inside the warning. This is the counsel that keeps your heart tender and your home safe. This is the light that refuses to go out. You carry it now with honor. You carry it without spectacle. You carry it until everything that needs to be seen is seen, then you rest. Then you breathe. And you begin again. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says the next steps arrive like footprints that appear one by one on wet sand. You do not need to see the entire beach to know the direction. You only need the next imprint to place your foot with quiet confidence. Begin with a simple audit of shared spaces because light loves tidy surfaces. Open the drawers where papers nap and choose only what carries your name. Photograph the essentials so your memory stops doing heavy lifting. Check the small subscriptions that silently nibble at your peace. Review bank alerts and set thresholds that ping your phone before harm grows teeth. Move anything sensitive from the kitchen counter to a place with a latch. If you keep a family calendar, write in ink for things decided and pencil for things proposed. Clarity respects both permanence and flexibility. You will feel calmer when the page itself shows the difference. When conversations happen, keep them brief like a lighthouse flash. Say what must be said. Then stop so truth can echo. Long speeches invite fog while short sentences invite light. If the room heats, lower your voice so calm becomes the thermostat. If the room chills, warm your tone without surrendering your stance. If the room spins, name one fact and let it anchor the floor. You are not required to attend every storm that knocks. Some storms are performances looking for an audience. You can stay behind your window and let the rain exhaust itself. There is a pattern in people who hide. They prefer shortcuts dressed as miracles. You will decline shortcuts with a soft smile. The long road will keep your hands clean and your sleep unbroken. Your sister may carry shame like a coat too heavy for summer. Jim makes Pippu each for secrecy like shame. Grace is lighter but requires sunlight. And you are opening the blinds 1 inch at a time. Offer pathways that do not humiliate yet still protect your ground. Offer choices that are honest but not cruel. Offer timelines that are clear enough to become bridges. If money is involved, set a simple ledger that both can see. If keys are involved, define who holds what and why. If stories are involved, agree on what can be told and to whom. You will notice the air become breathable when boundaries hold. You will notice your face feels softer when decisions stop wobbling. You will notice your sleep deepen when nothing sneaks across midnight. Keep a quiet mantra for hard moments. Slow is smooth and smooth is strong. It will remind your nervous system to pace the truth. It will remind your spine to stand without becoming stone. There will be a temptation to check every core every hour. Resist the compulsion and trust your systems. Good systems are how peace outsources vigilance. Invite accountability like a guest of honor. Let schedules, reminders, and shared lists handle what memory would drop. Let structure become the fence that saves the garden. If blame arrives, set it gently on the table and step back. The goal is not to win an argument. The goal is to repair the atmosphere. Repair begins where defensiveness stops breathing down your neck. You will not be tricked by crocodile tears or fireworks apologies. You will look for steady steps repeated until they look ordinary. Ordinary goodness is the safest miracle you can demand. There is wisdom in neutral ground. Choose a cafe corner to park bench or a therapist's room for hard talks. Neutral ground teaches voices to sit instead of sharpen. Do not discuss heavy matters in hallways or doorways. Doorways belong to entrances and exits, not verdicts. Sit, breathe, then speak. This is how you keep storms from learning your aggress. If a third person is needed, choose someone who honors both truth and tenderness. Choose someone who names elephants without throwing them. Choose someone who can hold a silence without filling it with fear. You are allowed to pause mid-conversation when your pulse gallops. Say we will resume when our voices can walk. Say it kindly and stand by it like a lighthouse stands by its beam. Your private rituals will carry you between meetings. Light a candle, sip warm water, or touch your journal like a small door back to yourself. Ritual turns chaos into choreography. When memories sting, let them pass through instead of building nests. Name them, feel them, and let them fly. You are the sky. They are the birds. Archangel Michael says you are stronger than the habit of people-pleasing and softer than the habit of punishment. Strength without softness is a hammer. Softness without strength is a sponge. You are learning to be velvet over steel. If new revelations arrive, refuse the theater of shock. Acknowledge, document, and adjust the plan. Drama burns fuel. Adjustment builds roads. Protect your digital garden with intelligent fences. Two-factor like locks, packets like spare keys, and folders like labeled drawers. Order is mercy for future you. When you sense triangulation, keep conversations in direct lines. Speak to the person involved, not the chorus around them. Circles of whispering bend truth out of shape. You can love someone and still refuse their chaos a seat at your table. You can hope for their healing and still guard your porch. You can hold out a hand and still keep your wallet zipped. If you must say no, let it be a complete sentence stressed in kind tones. No does not require an essay to deserve respect. No becomes music when played with steady rhythm. Practice microtrust before macrotrust. Let small tasks prove themselves before handing over big ones. Bridges extend one plank at a time. Pay attention to your body's dashboard. Tight jaw, shallow breath, clenched palms, these gauges tell the weather before the clouds gather. Respond with loosening, exhaling, unclenching. It changes the forecast. Yield will try to bully you for keeping boundaries. Thank it for its concern and show it the door. Boundaries are how grown love avoids becoming rescue missions. If the situation becomes unsafe, step sideways, not into it. Safety first, explanations later. Your well-being is not negotiable currency. Celebrate tiny honest moments like found coins. A clear admission, a kept promise, a returned item. Small honesties fund large futures. If resistance appears, let time become your ally. The clock will reveal what the mouth tries to hide. Consistency is the ink that writes the truth. You may receive messages from relatives who prefer peace at any price. Bless them and refuse the discount. True peace charges full price and is worth every coin. Reverse the words you will use when new pressure arrives. I hear you and this boundary remains. I care about you and I will not do that. Let your home learn a new soundscape. Soft doors, slow steps, gentle music. Let the kitchen smell like decisions cooked at a humane pace. Let the living room hold only conversations that can sleep at night. If apologies come, welcome them with open eyes. Accept them without throwing away the receipt. They are beginnings, not endings. Define what reconciliation would actually mean in behavior. Specify check-ins, contributions, and timelines. Dreams that cannot survive bullet points are not ready for your life. If you share a family inheritance or property, take the path of clean paperwork. Lawyers and notaries are bridges, not enemies. Clarity now prevents earthquakes later. You are unlearning the reflex to explain every no until it collapses back into yes. You are unlearning the belief that love is proven by looking away. You are unlearning the superstition that boundaries break families. Secrecy does. Set visual reminders of the future you are building. A photo of calm waters. A note that says stay steady. A calendar square labeled quiet victory. Environments train decisions. When fatigue grows loud, shrink the problem to the next right inch. Text this person, cancel that meeting. Move this money. Rest for 20 minutes, inches stack into miles without scaring the heart. Archangel Michael says grace is not the absence of consequence. Grace is the presence of dignity during consequence. Dignity keeps heads high while hands repair. Dignity keeps sentences short while actions lengthen. If your sister chooses honesty, welcome her to the workbench. Let shared plans replace shared whispers. Let transparency become your family's new language. If she chooses distance, release her without bitterness. Not every season keeps the same cast on the same stage. Some love happens from the balcony for a while. You are becoming fluent in quiet power, neither the child and did the shrink. It simply stands until the weather changes. Keep tending your inner room where no storm can enter. That room contains your values, your breath, and your chosen voice. That room is the capital city of your life. When the unveiling fully arrives, you will recognize the soft click of alignment. The pictures on the wall will hang straight without you adjusting them. The day will feel size correctly to your shoulders. Let the final conversations be brief and blessed with clarity. Define what continues, what pauses, and what ends. Leave no sentence dangling that must be tied. Then allow joy to re-enter without asking permission. Joy has been waiting like a friend in the driveway, engine running, music low. Slide in and let the road carry you forward. Your story from here will not be about survival, it will be about design. You will choose friendships, habits, and rhythms that match your calling. You will let your life speak in sentences that are both kind and clear. Hold the lesson, release the rest. Hold the courage, release the noise. Hold the love, release the leash. Archangel Michael says the light that warned you is the same light that now guides you. Follow it room by room until your home feels like home again. Follow it step by step until your heart feels like your own again. You have done enough for tonight. You have become enough for tomorrow. You will stay enough for the future you deserve. Archangel Michael says your house is learning a new language made of clarity, consent, and calm. Each room begins to speak in straight lines that don't wobble under pressure. Each drawer begins to hold only what belongs to today. You will choose endings that are kind and exact so they do not leak into tomorrow. You will choose beginnings that are simple and clean so they do not drag old dust. You will choose middles that breathe so they do not choke your voice. Start with the entrance because thresholds teach everything that follows. Place a small sign in your mind that reads "Respect enters" or it waits outside. Let that sign apply to words, favors, and unexpected requests. Your calendar will become a guardian as reliable as a lock. Time blocks will hold their shape and refuse to be melted by last-minute fires. Appointments with yourself will count as real because you are real. Your messages will carry the tone of a steady drum. Short, clear, and warm is the rhythm that builds safety. Long, tangled, and urgent is the rhythm that invites chaos. Archangel Michael says your breath is a lighthouse that never runs out of power. Inhale to gather your courage and exhale to release borrowed fear. Let free, slow breaths precede any decision that touches your safety. Keep a small kit for difficult days so you never bargain with your wellness. Inside the kit place water, a grounding sand, and one sentence you trust. The sentence can be "I keep my peace while I name the truth." Practice graceful exits before you need them so they fit in your mouth. You can say "I am ending this conversation for now and I will revisit it when we are both steady." You can say "This space is not for conflict and we will schedule a time elsewhere." When apologies arrive, receive them with open hands and open eyes. Thank the courage and ask for the plan. A plan turns a feeling into a structure that can hold weight. If blame returns like weather, respond like a house that knows its own foundation. You will not take water through the walls because your seals are intact. You will not tilt because your beams are straight. Your sister's choices sit on one side of the table and your responsibilities sit on the other. You can feed compassion to both without starving boundaries. You can pour hope into the future without flooding the present. The unveiling continues in layers shaped by patience. Each layer asks for one action and one rest. Action builds, rest integrates, and wisdom grows roots. Write a private creed for this season so tired days don't rewrite your values. Keep it to 3 lines that live well on the inside of your chest. Your creed can be: I honor truth, I protect peace, I remain kind. Archangel Michael says the atmosphere shifts in your favor when you align words, actions, and time. Alignment makes your presence feel like a promise to yourself. Alignment makes other people recognize you as reliable without you asking. Let your home reflect the clarity you key. Tidy surfaces teach minds to settle. Labeled places teach decisions to land. Create a simple map for financial safety that even a hard day can follow. Income goes here, bills live there. Savings travel forward, shared expenses demand documented agreements with signatures and dates. If property or inheritance sits between you and your sister, move slowly and write everything down. Invite a neutral professional to witness and record. Neutrality keeps family from becoming a courtroom and paper from becoming a weapon. Your digital life deserves the same respect as your front door. Use unique keys for each room and change them when seasons change. Backups become your quiet time travelers, returning what panic tries to erase. Conversations benefit from containers that protect their shape. Choose a start time, an end time, and a goal. When the end time arrives, honor it like a promise to your nervous system. Name your boundaries as statements so they do not beg. I do not discuss finances by phone at night. I only sign documents after a 24-hour review. If Pushak arrives dressed as disappointment, bless it and stand still. Disappointment without respect cannot drive your car. Respect without pressure can ride along in silence. Archangel Michael says quiet confidence carries farther than loud certainty. Your quiet will not tremble because it is built on proof. Your confidence will not bully because it is built on care. When sadness rises like a tide, place stones of routine where your feet can stand. Wake, water, movement, the body's trinity of steadiness. Add one kindness to yourself each day like a seed that always sprouts. You will stop negotiating with red flags as if they are misunderstood roses. Red teaches stop and you will honor the color. Roses teach beauty and you will honor the thorn. Practice a daily closing ritual so your mind does not sleep with its shoes on. Review what was true, what changed, and what can wait. Invite your nervous system to clock out with gratitude for a shift well served. Your system may bring offerings of repair in uncertain packaging. Receive the offering, test the durability, and store it where hope can see it. Repair that lasts will not complain about being measured. If you co-manage responsibilities, create dashboards that both can view without friction. Use lists that show progress and gaps without trauma. Let transparency be the supervisor that never raises its voice. When you must deliver firm news, choose a sentence that cannot be misunderstood. We will no longer share this account, and here are the steps to separate it. Kind firmness respects both hearts and facts. If someone invites you to choose between loyalty and safety, choose safety and invite them to join you there. Safety is the soil where loyalty can grow. Without safety, loyalty is a vine strangling its own tree. Archangel Michael says mercy and justice can hold hands without arguing. Mercy guards dignity while justice guards doors. Together they redesign rooms where trust can live again. Return to your body whenever the story crowds the hallway. Drop your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth so words slow down and mean more. Schedule light on purpose so heaviness does not pretend to be the whole world. 10 minutes by a window becomes a treaty with hope. A walk around the block becomes proof that horizons still exist. Teach your inner voice to stop narrating disaster during pauses. Pauses are not verdicts because pauses are breaths. Breaths are not belays because breaths are bridges. You will stop paying with self-betrayal for temporary peace. The cost is too high and the product is counterfeit. Real peace comes stamped with the mark of truth. If accusations fly, you will not track them through the sky. You will anchor to documented reality and consistent choices. Wind cannot lift a stone that knows its weight. Create a relief plan for tense days that does not depend on anyone else's obedience. Music you trust, movement you enjoy, tasks that reset your space, relief that you can initiate is relief you can count on. Archangel Michael says your family story can be rewritten without erasing anyone's humanity. New chapters honor old lessons while removing old traps. New chapters replace secret rooms with some rooms. When you speak to extended relatives, use measured details that protect your privacy. Share what is needed to prevent harm, not to recruit sides. Sides turn homes into arenas and you are building gardens. If your sister chooses the work of honesty, celebrate quietly and support specifically. Offer clear tasks that advance repair one step at a time. Offer pauses that give growth root to root. If she resists, you will not chase her shadow through corridors. You will keep the lights on and the boundaries set. You will hold space without holding risk. Your finances will move like trains on schedule, not leaves in wind. Automatic transfers will carry commitment without drama. Clear budgets will speak calmly even when emotions try to shout. Write a contingency note for yourself that lives in a secure place. Include who to call, where to look, and what to freeze. Preparedness is compassion for future you. Archangel Michael says your home becomes a sanctuary when courage and kindness decorate the walls. Place reminders of both where your eyes frequently land. Let the design of your space preach calm without a single word. When memories of better days create ache, honor them without bargaining with the present. Nostalgia can be a soft blanket without becoming a blindfold. Honor yesterday while protecting today. Keep agreements small enough to keep and large enough to matter. A kept small promise is stronger than a grand vow that collapses. Stacking kept promises builds a bridge you can drive across. If voices around you prefer denial, you will keep practicing clarity until it sounds normal. Clarity will feel gentle once everyone recognizes its purpose. Its purpose is peace that does not require pretending. You are not punishing by protecting yourself. You are stewarding what is sacred. Sacred things require respect and routine. Disrespect loses access, and routine guards will respect values. Let gratitude arrive in precise shape so it grounds rather than floats. Thank the morning that started on time. The message that stayed kind, the boundary that held. Precision turns gratitude into muscle. Archangel Michael says your journey is not a hunt for villains but a harvest of wisdom. Wisdom tastes like fruit that ripened in sunlight. You will eat and be strengthened for the road ahead. Invite small celebrations that do not create debt, a quiet meal, a tidy room, a completed form. Celebration without fallout is celebration you can trust. When the next conversation with your sister begins, let your face say welcome and your posture say stable. Let your words say true and your pauses say thoughtful. Let your exits say respectful and your follow-through say reliable. If tears come, allow them to clean rather than corrode. Tears can wash the dust from vision without flooding the house. After tears, drink water and write one line you will act on. You will not carry anyone to the finish line of their own honesty. You will keep the path clear and the signposts visible. You will walk your part and let others choose their feet. Archangel Michael says the season is shifting from alarm to architecture. Alarm woke you, architecture will house you. Blueprints replace sirens and you will love this phase. Design weekly check-ins with yourself that review the pillars of your life: health, home, work, relationships, four corners that hold the roof. Adjust 1 degree at a time so stability remains your companion. Let forgiveness be a craft you practice, not a license you hand out. Forgiveness releases your heart from bitterness while protecting your plans from naivety. Forgiveness and boundaries can dine at the same table and enjoy the meal. If anger asks to drive, offer it a seat with a view and hand it a journal. Let it speak on paper until its volume lowers. Then return to the steering wheel and continue toward peace. Honor your progress with dates and signatures so you can look back and see growth. I set the boundary on this day. I kept the boundary on these days. Archangel Michael says you are becoming a keeper of light who does not fear the dark. Darkness will try to bargain, but bargains require consent you no longer give. Light will ask for daily maintenance, and maintenance is what you now provide. Your sister's story will continue whether near or far. Your part will remain noble whether praised or misunderstood. Nobility is quiet and stands even when applause forgets its hands. Return to the simple sentence that serves as your compass: I keep my peace while I name the truth. Repeat it until your bones memorize the sound. Tie up loose ends with bows of closure that are small and strong. Send the last message, file the last paper, store the last receipt. Clarity today prevents confusion tomorrow. Archangel Michael says the horizon ahead is clean and patiently waiting. Your steps toward it are already counted and supported. Your heart will recognize the place where vigilance can finally rest. When that day comes, you will walk through your home and feel the subtle hum of safety. You will notice doors that close softly and windows that open easily. You will sense that truth has chosen to live here and intends to stay. Keep moving toward that hum with kindness in your hands and firmness in your feet. Keep designing days that respect your nervous system. Keep loving in ways that do not betray your own soul. This continuation settles into your life like a well-fitted garment. It does not pinch, and it does not drag. It allows you to breathe while you build what lasts. Archangel Michael says the season has shifted from alarm to alignment. And your steps are learning the cadence of peace, You wake to a house that knows your name because your choices taught it to listen. You move through rooms that answer with clarity instead of echoing confusion. Begin your mornings with a gentle tride that steadies the day. Touch water. Touch light. Touch the page where your plan lives. This tride makes your nervous system a partner instead of a saboteur. Your calendar is now a treaty between energy and duty. Tasks land where your strength can meet them without borrowing tomorrow's fuel. Rest appears as a legitimate entry because recovery is not a luxury. Archangel Michael says your words are becoming precise tools rather than swinging branches. You cut away the unnecessary without nicking compassion. You shape sentences that stand on their own feet and invite honesty to sit down. Give your decisions a checklist so pressure cannot impersonate urgency. Is it safe? Is it true? Is it mine? 3 gates that guard your consent. If a request fails any gate, the answer becomes no with kindness intact. You will notice how peace prefers visible systems. Labeled folders keep stories from spilling across the floor. Shared documents prevent confusion from sneaking in at nostalgia. When you speak with your sister, let respect be the first sound and clarity be the second. The third sound is quiet because truth often needs space to breathe. Silence is not aggression when it is anchored in care. If old patterns knock, you will not open out of habit. Habits are not bosses. They are paths, and you can redraw the map. The door answers to your present wisdom now. Archangel Michael says you are practicing a brave neutrality. You are neither prosecutor nor defense because you are custodian of the atmosphere. Custodians protect air so everyone can breathe well enough to choose. Welcome proof is a friend that does not gossip. It says only what happened and only when asked. Proof shortens arguments and lengthens recovery. If remorse appears, give it a schedule and a scaffold. Schedules stop emotions from wandering, and scaffolds give them something to build. This is how feelings become futures. When Pushak tries to masquerade as love, you will feel the costume slip. Real love does not demand you dim your discernment. Real love applauds boundaries because they keep both people honest. Archangel Michael says to hold kindness like water cupped in your palms. You tilt it to share, but you do not spill your whole sea. Shared kindness should not drown the giver. You are learning the difference between empathy and enabling. Empathy witnesses pain and honors agency. Enabling steals agency and calls the theft a favor. Keep your finances under gentle surveillance that neither fears nor flinches. A weekly review with numbers in daylight keeps anxiety small. Money behaves when it knows it will be seen. If core responsibilities persist, define lanes so vehicles stop scraping paint. Lanes are not punishments, they are invitations to arrive safely. A map reduces arguments that only roads can solve. Archangel Michael says grief will sometimes walk beside you without announcing itself. Offer it a bench and a glass of water, then continue at a humane pace. Unfelt grief becomes misdirected anger. Felt grief becomes wisdom. Let your home continue to speak a language of reliability. Clocks that keep time, lamps that work, drawers that close. The mundane becomes holy when it protects sanity. Reliability is love translated into objects, when conversations veer into fog. Call for layover at the nearest fact. Facts are landing strips for overheated planes. Once wheels touch ground, people remember how to travel. create rituals for ending hard talks without leaving edges sharp. Thank the effort. Restate the decision, and name the next check-in. Disclose as the circle so nothing leaks into nightmares. Archangel Michael says the future trusts you because you told it the truth today. Futures do not open for wishful thinking. They open for consistent choices. Consistency is a key that never rests. If your sister brings a new attempt at repair, respond with a pilot project. Small, measured, time-bound steps allow trust to learn how to walk again. Trust that sprints and train pulls a muscle. Tip a ledger of dignities offered and dignities received. Dignity is not a currency you spend. It is an atmosphere you keep. Houses that keep dignity attract solutions that last. When doubt visits at dusk, give it a chair but not the desk. Let it speak one paragraph and then clock it out. Doubt can be a consultant. It must not be a manager. Archangel Michael says your voice is becoming a compass others can calibrate by. You do not need volume when direction is accurate. You do not need threats when follow-through is real. Practice the pause like a musician who loves silence as much as sound. The pause lets meaning show up to its own sentence. The pause stops escalation from rehearsing its lines. Invite beauty into your week so strength does not only wear armor, a plant that grows. A window that catches late light. A psalm that ends with resolve. Beauty replenishes the parts vigilance cannot reach. If extended family requests a summary, provide guardrailed clarity. You protect privacy while preventing harm. You say enough to steady the room and then you stop. Archangel Michael says you are no longer borrowing tomorrow's peace to pay for today's avoidance. Deaths to avoidance collect interest in chaos. You chose to pay in courage and the rate is freedom. Make agreements that close loops. You would win, and what if four corners that support the roof? Loops left open become wind chimes for stress. Keep your body on your side with simple steadiness. Eat at hours the sun understands, drink water your cells can count. Sleep like safety is allowed here. Bodies that feel safe make better choices. If guilt returns like winter, dress for it without pretending it is spring. Warm boundaries, layered support, ensure her exposures to cold. Seasons pass faster when acknowledged. Archangel Michael says the bridge between you and your sister must be built with boards, not slogans. Boards are behaviors that repeat. Slogans are promises that echo. Walk only on what can hold weight. Let apologies age for a season before they are promoted to trust. Aging reveals whether ingredients were honest. Time is the fairest inspector. Name your non-negotiables in plain words and short lines. Safety, honesty, consent. These three do not bend, everything else can be negotiated by grown hearts. When logistics snarl, resist the theater of catastrophe. Tackle the next, not slowly until it loosens. Catastrophe loves speed, knots love patience. Archangel Michael says limits are the rails that let trains arrive. Without rails, speed becomes danger and destinations become accidents. Your limits are not bearers to love. They are the geometry of caring well. Keep your records in places panic cannot overturn, digital copies, physical folders, and one trusted confidant. Systems are gentle giants that carry heavy loads without noise. Nothing about your strength requires hardness to prove itself. Your softness is not an apology. It is a choice. Your steadiness is not suspicion, it is stewardship. Archangel Michael says repair, when real, will start speaking in the dialect of ordinary. On-time arrivals, bills paid, rooms picked up, voices cooled down. Ordinary is where miracles go when they decide to stay. If distance is needed, let it be measured and meaningful. Distance that heals has a plan and a check-in, not a disappearing act. You can love someone and still meet them at a better shore. Remember that your life deserves more than constant crisis management. Build pockets of delight that have nothing to do with problems. Delight is a vitamin your courage needs. Archangel Michael says your discernment has graduated from whisper to wisdom. You began by sensing, you now know. Knowing is quiet, and quiet travels far. When the next test arrives, it will be smaller than the first because you have grown. Tail shrinks in the presence of skill. Your skill is boundary-shaped compassion. Keep celebrating clean endings that do not require enemies. An ending can be a diploma, not a trial. A boundary can be a ribbon cut, not a pretty burn. Archangel Michael says your home is learning to exhale without waiting for permission. Doors click softly because hearts are not bracing. Windows open because trust likes fresh air. Let the final measures of this season be simple and strong. Finish the forms of file the proof, and free the hours. West comes easier when paperwork sleeves. Your sister's path may bend toward light at its own pace. Bless the bend without abandoning your straight line. Two paths can honor each other without crossing yet. Archangel Michael says the point of this warning was never drama. It was design. The point of the unveiling was never spectacle. It was safety. The point of the boundaries was never punishment, it was peace. As you move forward, keep one sentence ready for every door you open. I will keep my peace while I speak the truth. Say it softly and let it lead the way. You now inhabit your life like a well-tailored suit. The seams match your shape and the fabric forgives your movement. You look like yourself because you chose yourself. Archangel Michael says the light that found you will continue to walk ahead and make the road honest. Walk with a pace that respects your breath. Walk with a gaze that notices small goodness. If the story calls you back for a final review, bring compassion and a ledger. Tally the growth, acknowledge the gaps, and update the plan. Reviews are how peace renews its subscription. Keep the porch light of goodwill on and keep the lock working. Kind doors stay kind when hinges are oiled and keys are current. Maintenance is mercy in practical clothing. Archangel Michael says your hands are free to build with the warning protected. Build mornings that arrive on time, friendships that honor the truth, and work that respects your energy. Build rest like a room with curtains that close. Your heart will memorize the feeling of life without constant alarms. And sounds like clocks that do not shout and days that do not lunge. It feels like a spine that remembers it is a column, not a fuse. Let this continuation settle like a final stitch in a seam that will not split. You can wear this season without fear of tearing. You can move into the next chapter without looking over your shoulder. Archangel Michael says you have done what light required. And light is satisfied with your care. Keep tending the small honest things that make big honest lives. Keep walking with a gentleness that never drops its guard.